Hey, welcome back, everybody. This might take a bit of a history lesson turn, but Mr. Ed was a beloved equine personality who was a TV star born in 1949. And actually, I can't remember his real name, but he began his acting career in his midlife. And I wondered if we can bring in the horse consciousness of Mr. Ed and see what he's up to on that
I
big
love
farm
Mr.
up in the
Ed.
sky.
I'm still in shock that we're doing Mr. Ed. I love Mr. Ed.
If you haven't seen Mr. Ed, I'd advise you to go back and see if you could find it because it's fun slapstick kind of silly comedy from the 60s. But when there's nothing else on TV, it's fun to watch that old stuff that doesn't have any biases towards it.
Yeah. I have Mr. Ed here. He's coming back in human form.
What?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Thank you, Mr. Ed, for joining us. Talk about that transition from horse consciousness into people consciousness. What was the training like?
He's like, I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely coming down as a human. This lifetime he had as Mr. Ed was really to get him adjusted to being around humans, and that he was ready to take that leap from animal into human lifetime. And
Whoa.
he's like, had a lot of reservations about it. Being a human is hard. It's full of lots of complexities. It's more than just eat, sleep, mate, and survive, right? Now we're going into real complex situations, real complex attitudes, personalities, relationships. Wow.
So do you see Mr. Ed as a horse right now in your room?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I'm asking him, do you see Mr. Ed? He's like, Liz, you're looking at me. Yes, I see him as a horse. Yes, I do.
So did you experience soul moments on your journey? Uh, did you understand as a horse that you were bringing joy to people and through the television? Was that something you understood?
No, not when he was on the earth plane. No, but they treated him very well.
And so when you left, what is a horse death like versus, I guess you don't know what a human death is like, but do you go to a farm with other horses or is there horse angels?
It's just you just leave your body like every other soul that leaves the earth plane.
And are there other horses around? Your mother, father horse?
Yes, and they're also coming in as a soul family, as humans. He talked them into that. I'm right. This is so wild.
When does this going to happen? This incarnation into spirit human form?
In the next 10 years.
And where will Mr. Ed be reincarnating?
Where will you go? Will you go to Europe? No. South America.
You've had a very strong friendship, at least it appeared to people watching, with Alan Young, your on-screen partner. Did he come to visit you when you crossed over, or did he see you in spirit form?
Did he come to visit you when you crossed over? He did. They're old friends. As souls, they're old friends. They're very much so. They've been in many lifetimes together.
What was the process like to say, okay, you're going down as a human. Here's what we need to cover. Like, what is human school like as a newbie?
What is human school like as a newbie? It's daunting. It really is. I mean, he's very nervous about it.
You'll do fine. You're a talking horse.
Right. Will you have horses? Yes. he will have horses. He's actually going to set up a future life. This is so sweet, where he recovers like abandoned and abused horses, and he has a horse farm, and it's going to be fraught with difficulties. It's, feeding these horses, caring for these horses, having volunteers to come in and work for these with these horses. There's certain parts of the world where, they just are seen as vermin, and he's not going to treat them that way. So this is a gentle easing into a human lifetime while still benefiting the horses.
What spiritual insights can you give us as crossing over and seeing the joy that you provided on earth?
Spiritual insights. That we need to be kinder to animals. The way that the world treats animals is absolutely disgusting, considering that those animals have been here long before humans. And he's saying that we just use and abuse them in every way, shape, and form. And it's just terrible. So he wants to be a contributor to stop whatever he can to do his part, the abuse of animals.
Can you tell us how they got him to talk on the show?
Get you to talk on the show. It was really just mouth movements. And did they give you food? No, they would put something on his gums that would make him move his gum, and then would they clip it and edit it? Yes. So then they would clip it and edit it. But they would put some tasting stuff or some, whatever it was. Was it a nice taste? He says, no, not really. It was kind of bitter. They would put it on his gums, and that would make him move his mouth.
Does your soul have any messages that it wants to convey to humanity right now, besides be more kind to animals?
Just love the world you live in. We're destroying it. And he's shocked he's actually agreed to sign up to be a human. He doesn't want to be, but it's the next part in the ascension, the soul ascension process. And I'm asking him, as a human being on the earth plane, is that the final sort of species that you reincarnate to until you don't have to reincarnate here on the earth plane ever again? And that's correct.
Did he have a psychic awareness as a horse when he was Mr. Ed?
Yeah, psychic awareness as a horse. He could feel energy. He could pick up on the energy of people. He was very sensitive to energy.
Were there moments of like personal introspection and reflection as a horse when he was incarnated as Mr. Ed?
No, they don't have the brain capacity as an animal to have that introspection until after they leave the earth plane. Only humans have that.
Can you describe the essence of your soul connection with humans? Like, how did you get placed in the position to be Mr. Ed, and then next as a human, and then next as a horse farmer or horse, person that helps with misplaced animals?
Um, so sorry, what was the question? Sorry.
I'm just asking about his soul connection, to humans. Was he placed as Mr. Ed at the right time, knowing that he would be a human in the future?
Did you know that you needed to be Mr. Ed in order to be a human in the future? No, that was sort of trying it out to be around humans and see how that went. And he did have such a positive experience that after he crossed, he says, okay, you talked me into it. I'll do it.
Did your horse soul undergo significant transformations in your lifetime as Mr. Ed?
Not really. You know, it really is the animal brain, like eat, sleep, mate, be happy. It just they treat he just keeps saying how nice he was treated. He was really spoiled.
How do horse souls differ from human souls in terms of energy or essence? Not necessarily in thinking, but the energy or the frequency.
In terms of energy, do horses vibrate on a higher level? Ooh, so he's telling me like we match humans at their level. So in order to really gel with a horse, the human and the horse has to get on the same vibrational plane. That way they have an understanding with one another. Horses are very powerful. They can kill humans, as we know. And it's really important to make sure you're on that same vibrational understanding.
Will he retain some of his equine characteristics as a human?
Will you retain some of your equine characteristics as a human? Yes, he's going to bond better with horses than he does with other humans. Yeah, and that's sweet.
Does the horse experience of a collective consciousness, how many incarnations did he have? And were they all horses or were they all different animals?
Have you had many incarnations as a horse? He's had a handful of incarnations as a horse. He's been a racehorse before. He did not like that at all. He was abused. He was treated badly. Um, he felt the energy of when he didn't perform well. And what other lifetimes? He's been in battle. Have you been in? Yeah, he's been in battle as a horse. That was brutal as well. So it's no wonder he didn't trust humans. He was killed in battle as a horse before, and they had no regard for his welfare whatsoever. The horse, as a horse, he was, speared or sword went through his neck, and to disable or dismount the person that was riding him, the soldier, and then they killed the soldier. But it was just nobody cared about the horses. It's like, oh well, you have a job to do and you need to do it. So he had this level of distrust between with regards to humans.
Are there other spirit guides or mentors that assist horses or other animals in their progression towards human incarnation?
Do you have, oh, that's a really good question. Do you have spirit guides as a horse? Yes, they do. So animals have spirit guides. Everyone, every soul on the planet, whether you're a leaf, whether you're an animal, an insect, a tree, fish, bird, whatever, human, everybody has guides that keeps them on their life path.
Are you unique in choosing to reincarnate as a human in your horse clan?
Are you unique in choosing a human in your horse? No, it was time. There had been a lot of talk about it, and it was time to move the soul family forward.
And you're bringing your own soul family. How many other animals or horses or will you be bringing into human incarnation in the near term?
Any other horses in the soul family will you be bringing? There's about 5 of them. There's a mother, father, and there's 3 children.
And you'll be bringing them all along. That's going to be pretty exciting. We're excited for you, Mr. Ed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cautious. He's cautious.
Are there spiritual realms or dimensions where horse souls resides that are different from where human souls reside?
No, we all reside in the same realm.
So is Alan Young going to be incarnating with you?
He will meet him down on the earth plane again. Yes.
Can you elaborate on the interconnectedness of all souls in the grand cosmic scheme from your perspective?
From his perspective, elaborate. I mean, we're all just working towards ascension, right? That's the long and the short of it. We're all in the ascension game, and some do well and some don't. And some get trapped and they can't find a way out to stop the same sort of scenario. It's just the game that we all play.
What wisdom do you think can be gained from a human understanding of the evolution of horse souls like yourself into humans?
What wisdom can be gained? He says, I don't know. We'll see. Ask him after his next lifetime. He's so funny.
We'll come
Uh,
back. We'll ask. I can't guarantee we'll be here, but we'll send it to our kids.
he's really funny.
Is there a favorite memory you have of being on the show?
Uh, just eating. he just they fed him really well. Just how nice and cuddly everybody was and eating.
Mr. Ed, thank you very much.
That was so cool. I love that. All right, I'll stop this one
Bye,
here.
everybody.